everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Dee Osburn, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today we'll be using the Brightest Beauty stamp set, and we'll be pairing it with Very Best Occasion Sentiment Endlessly Grateful. This set is great for all kinds of sentiments. It has pretty much everything that you need on it. And they're very lovely sentiments with a little more sparkle and a little less stress. Let's make this Christmas the very best. I love that one. Lots of other ones on here. But we're going to use Endlessly Grateful for this card. And we're going to create it here together. And I will show you exactly how I do that. So if you like this video as you watch, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. I will comment back to everyone who comments to me. And be sure and hit the bell so that you can be notified when I upload new videos. So let's get started. I'm going to show you this beautiful paper that we're going to be using for this card. We're actually going to make two versions of this card. And we're going to use two different sets of paper. This is the Textured Chic Designer Series paper, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So let's look at it. All right. There's this piece, which is the one we're going to use. And there's the other side. One side is has gold on it, and the other is a print. So you have the side with the gold and the side with the print. Then you have the side with the gold. Isn't that rich and beautiful looking? I love it. And then this one. I can't wait to use this one for Christmas. So beautiful. Then there's this one with the gold and this side. This just screams of vintage to me. All of it does. And then there's this one. Love this. And the other side is this. And then this one's super cute. I love that one. And then the other side has kind of a beachy theme, right? With the seashells. So there's that paper. And we will be using this paper today. We'll be using this. Okay, and when we get to our other version, we're going to make another version. We'll be using the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. But let's do this one first. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to need is a piece of soft succulent cardstock cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then you're going to cut a piece of that Textured Chic Designer Series paper at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's going to be nope, I'm wrong. You're going to cut a piece of gold at 5 1/4 by 4, and that's going to be your first layer. And then the Textured Chic is going to be cut at 5 by 3 3/4, and that's going to be layered on top like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and layer those up. Let's go ahead and first we'll put this one to our gold. And be careful when you glue things to gold, because it's not very forgiving if you get glue where you can see it. So just be real careful and get that right in there, right where you want it. Okay. And then we're going to glue both of these to our soft succulent. And that just in itself is a gorgeous card. I mean, we could stop right here and just make it a note card, right? How gorgeous is that? I just love this paper. All right, but we're going to do something else. We're going to get a piece of basic white, not a very big piece. Nope, that is not the right size. That's not the right one. That's my sentiment one. We're going to get this piece of basic white, and it is cut at 2 by 4, and we're going to stamp this on it, and this is this image right here, and it stamps so beautifully. I cannot wait to show you. It's just so gorgeous. We're going to stamp it with mint macaron. And some of it's going to go off the edge. That's okay. I did that purposely. Okay, so we're going to ink it up, and you'll notice that only the leaves, even though I'm inking it up, only the leaves are going to pick up ink. And so then I'm going to stamp this, just kind of center it on there and stamp it with this mint macaron. Give it a nice push and give it a minute to kind of soak in. Okay. Oh, look how beautiful that is. I just absolutely love it. Okay, so then what we're going to do next, we're going to do a little magic. We're going to gold emboss, which means we're going to take our Versamark, and if it looks like this, it's okay. Sometimes these Versamarks get kind of discolored, but it does not do anything to your image. Okay, so we're going to ink up this stamp, which is this one. Okay, and it fits perfectly on top of here, you'll see. So we're going to take our Versamark and we're going to ink it up real good. And before we stamp it, we're going to get an embossing buddy and run this over to take away some of the static. So you get your embossing buddy and you just run it over, and it just takes the static away. Okay, and then we've got this nice and inked up. You cannot see the ink, but that's okay. So you're going to take it, and I found that it's easier to turn this sideways. I don't know why. If you find it easier the other way, do it the other way. And these line up perfectly with the little dots, okay? And you just take your time, kind of see where it is, line it up, and just slowly lower it, making sure that you're right over those pieces. And then give it a nice push. Give it a minute to get on there. Okay, nice push. And pick it up. And then you're going to take some gold embossing powder. Gold embossing powder. And you're just going to spread it on top. Going to sprinkle it on top just like you do the glitter or anything else. Okay, and tap, tap, tap it off. Okay, and it looks all brown and ugly, right? I don't know, it's kind of pretty actually, but wait till you see what happens. Then you take your heat tool, and I'll have to go, you know, away for a minute to do that. You take your heat tool and get a pair of tweezers. This comes with the embossing kit. And hold it with your tweezers because it'll burn your fingers. It's hot. The heat tool gets hot. So I'm going to go and I'm going to heat emboss this. And when I come back, you'll see a beautiful gold. All right. So here we go. Okay. Now I have this beautiful gold embossed flower. Isn't it stunning? I am just loving it. So now the other thing that I'm going to do before I put it all together is I'm going to take another piece of basic white, and this one is a 3 by 1 3/4 inch piece of basic white, and I'm going to take soft succulent ink and the Endlessly Grateful sentiment. Endlessly Grateful. I'm going to ink that up real good. And I'm going to stamp it kind of towards the left because I'm going to slide the right end up underneath. Okay. So we're going to stamp Endlessly Grateful. Kind of messed up. Let's try again. I don't like that. That seems dirty to me. Let me get another one. Okay, so we're going to try again. And because I must have moved on my last one, so I'm going to just stamp that right there. Much better. Okay, it's a tiny bit crooked. But it's okay. And we're going to go with it. All right, so now I also took a piece of gold. And this is about 4 inches long by about 3/4 inches wide. And I cut one side with an angle because I'm going to put that on there like that. Okay, and then I also took some gold twine from the Essentials pack. And so I'm going to put this on here like that, okay? But I'm going to pop it up just a touch, and I'm going to slide, but I'm going to slide this underneath. Okay, I may have to trim that down just a little bit because it's too long for this way, although that would be probably better. Maybe I'll trim it down this way. What do you say? We're creating here, right? Don't you think this would be better? It's going to go like this. Isn't that gorgeous? I could do it like this, and trim it down on the sides. I could trim it down on the sides because, see, I'd have to trim it down a lot, see? Yeah, I like it better the other way. Let's do it this way. We're going to trim about 1 inch off of here, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer. Okay. And it can't be, let's see, this was only 5, so it can't be wider than 5. So, I mean longer than, oh wait, no, this way. This is 3 3/4. Can't be bigger than 3 3/4. So we're going to cut some of this off at the top, and then we're going to turn it, and we're going to cut it down to 3 3/4. I'm going to cut it down to 3 1/2. I think that'll be fine. Let's cut it down to almost 3 1/2 and see how it looks. Yeah, we'll cut it down just a tiny bit more. I'm going to cut the top a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the bottom, and then this will be 3 1/2. And I think I will trim the edges a little bit because now it looks a little kind of squatty, don't you think? So we'll trim this in just a tiny bit off, and we'll trim this side just a tiny bit off. Okay, so now we ended up with, let's see what size this piece is now. We ended up with a piece that's just over 2 by 3 1/2. Okay, so we're going to put that on there like that, and we'll slide this up underneath. Oh yeah, I like that so much better. And we'll slide this one underneath as well. Oh yeah, that's going to be so pretty. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to glue this to this first. Okay, I'm going to glue this to this. So put a little bit of glue on there, and we're going to glue this on here just like that. Okay, and then we'll glue this. No, we're going, because I want this popped up. Okay, so I think we'll glue this down to our card. So we're going to put this on there, a little bit of glue. Oh. Okay, and we're going to kind of decide where we want it. I'm thinking right there. Okay, because this is going to go on top of it just like that. I like it. Oops, I like it a lot. So we're going to turn this over, and we're going to put dimensionals on here. And let's get those. We'll put them up in the corners, down in the corners down here. And we're definitely going to put one in the center. And we're also going to put a glue dot on here and put our gold. Okay. Let's turn that around. So we're going to do it like that. And so I want a glue dot right there. So let's get a glue dot. Okay. And we're going to want it right here. Okay. And we're going to stick our gold twine to it. We're going to kind of stretch it out a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to put this down on our card. I want that to kind of go down a little more. There we go, perfect. Okay. And we're going to put it just like that. Except it's a little bit crooked, so let's fix that. Okay. There we go. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love the way this came out. I love the way this came out. You could put a little piece of bling right there if you wanted, but I love the way this came out. So pretty. So let me show you another version of this. I love that one, but I wanted to use the rings, what's it called? Rings of Love paper. So I got some Starry Sky cardstock, cut it 8.5 by 5.5, scored it 4 1/4. Okay. Okay. And then I got this piece out of the Rings of Love. It's the opposite side of the bird, even though the bird side would be beautiful. I want to use this side. Okay. And I think I'm going to do it like this. Or maybe I'll do it like this. I don't know. We'll see. Let's look at it before we decide. We're not going to glue that down yet. We're going to make it exactly the same. Okay, so we're going to get our little piece of, I'm going to have to cut a new piece because remember this one got messed up and it was dirty on the other side. Although I could use this one. Maybe I'll use that one because I stamped that one earlier, so maybe I'll just do that. And I'm going to get a solid piece of Starry Sky, and I need to cut down my piece of this. Remember, and it was 2 by, what was it? 2 by 3.5. So let's cut that. Let's cut this 2 by 3.5. Okay, so now we have our piece for our Brightest Beauty flower. We have our Endlessly Grateful, and I think I'm going to do silver twine this time. So let me get my little piece of blue and we will stamp this and put it all together. Okay, so actually this isn't Starry Sky, this is Night of Navy. But we are going to stamp with Starry Sky. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So I have that. I'm going to put that to the side. I have my piece of Night of Navy. And now I have my piece that I'm going to stamp on, and I have my silver twine. So I'm going to get the Brightest Beauty stamp, and I'm going to ink it up again with the mint macaron. Ink it up with the mint macaron, and I'm going to stamp it onto this piece. Okay. Let it soak in, get a nice beautiful image on there. Close my ink while I'm waiting. And I am going to get Starry Sky next, okay? So there's that. I don't like the way that's stamped right there. I'm going to turn that over and do it again. Let's pull back our mint macaron. Okay, and we're going to put it right here, and we're going to stamp. Gonna make sure that it's all nice and stamped. There we go. All right, now I can put my mint macaron away, and I'm going to get out my Starry Sky, and I'm going to get the other Brightest Beauty stamp, this one, and I'm going to ink it up with Starry Sky. Okay, I'm going to turn this sideways, and you just go really slowly, okay? So you line it up and go really slow, making sure that you're as close as you can get to lining that up, okay? And get that image on there. Ooh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. Love, love, love. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're going to, remember we put dimensionals on the back of this. So one in each corner and one in the middle. So pretty. I love it. And I want to decide how I want to orient this piece of designer series paper. So let's see, do I want it like this with more blue? Because remember, this is going to be here. And this is going to be here. Wrong way. Wait, that's not the right one. Endlessly Grateful. Blue, that's the one I want. And this is going to be like this. So I like having that green, just a little bit of the green, but let's turn it around and see if we want green on the other side. Let's see what that looks like. We're just playing here a little bit. So, no, I think I like it this way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on, glue that down to our base. This time we're doing it a little bit differently. This time I'm only using this piece. Okay, so this is from the Rings of Love, and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 4. A little bit different than what we did here. Here I had a gold one at 5 1/4 by 4, and my designer series paper at 5 by 3 3/4. But on this one, I'm just going to use the one layer. Just going to use the one layer. And I want to put silver this time. Let's get this going. If I can figure out, there it is. Okay. Oh, I think I want about that much. Okay. And we'll put a couple of glue dots on there. Get those ready. One right there. Is that right? Yep. And put another one right there. Come on. Okay, so I've got a couple of glue dots there. All right, and I'm going to get my twine, wrap it up again. Okay, put that on there. I think I want it smaller than that. I'm just going to do the 2 fingers. This isn't cooperating with me. So I'm going to do 2 fingers. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on there. Okay. All right, let's tear the backs off of these. We need to put our sentiment on there, remember? So we have to go do that real quick. So we're going to glue this to here. So let's do that. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue on there. And we're going to glue that to our sentiment. And then we'll put glue, my safety pin, put glue on here. Okay, and we have to remember, we have to kind of gauge where it goes. Okay, so we want it to go right about there, I think. I think that's going to be just about perfect. So let's get that on there straight. Okay, and then I want these to go down a little bit, so I'm going to kind of smush them into that glue dot a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to put this over it, just like that. How beautiful is that? Hang on, I want to straighten that up just a touch. Isn't that gorgeous? Look how beautiful that turned out. Now, you know I'm probably going to want to go back and put some, what do you call it? Glitter on there. Okay. I'm loving that. I like spreading these out, so let's do that. There we go. Look at these two cards. Aren't they gorgeous? I have had so much fun making these with you. Kind of creating as we go. I had an idea in my head and we just kind of went for it. I love it. This one, I had 2 layers. This one I only did 1. I'm not sure which one I like better. And this one's got the green and gold, and this one's got blue and silver. Oh, I love it. I hope that you have enjoyed watching this video, and I do hope that you will come back and see me, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.